They really shouldn't allow food and drink in the common room.
Looks like they've got the hang of that.
There we go. That's it. I should investigate. I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Hello.
Harry Pippin certainly steered me right for that wound cleaning potion. His potion was better.
Keep our heads about this. Oh, I'm truly sorry. I didn't mean. Don't talk about this.
It's impossible to do.
Welcome back. Have you finished your assignments?
Reporting back, Professor. Assignment's all finished.
Well done. Shows good discipline. Wisdom is a golden snitch, as they say, and you're proving a skilled seeker in that regard. Let us practice our Restore Momentum. A charm, incidentally, created to stop Quaffles from plummeting straight to the ground during a Quidditch match. Precise, deliberate movements.
Accio.
Very good. I recommend practicing your new spell as much as possible, perhaps before you leave here.
Arresto Momentum.
That's it. Keep it up.
Hello there. In the market for potions, are we? A wise decision. Thank you. A wise decision. Thank you. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Incendio. Yes. Protego. Incendio. Descendo. Accio. Incendio. Descendo. Incendio. Incendio. Accio.
now? Was it 2 pinches of anything?
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Well, I don't know about meticulous, but I did as I was asked.
I'd advised doing more than the bare minimum if you want to hone your skills as quickly as possible. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on... I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom, for your sake and that of everyone else.
Bombarda!
It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction. As I mentioned earlier, Diffindo can be versatile but dangerous. Good to see you continue.
That's the last time I ever...
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learnt. Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Revelio.
I don't know why you don't just get a snip.
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you've spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio!
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Using that girl as bait, everyone's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone. Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to break a few bones.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll...
yourself! Suppose he's worth a lot.
Get back here, or I'll have you.
Expulsion!
You little coward!
Bombarder! Quite conductive, aren't we?
Leviosa!
Expulsion!
Impressive.
Reducto!
Your turn to regret.
Bombarder!
Expulsion!
What are your faults on? Electricity.
You're no match for me. Just the beginning. Didn't put a match on the fight, did you?
Accio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I don't want to work with goblins. We've gone mad.
It's not gonna work.
Mine.
Using that girl as bait.
That one hurt.
Ha! I've had it with you.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. better be sure I'm not seen.
It's exhausting. Standing here.
It's not gonna work. You...
Lower Hogsfield.
Ladies are so giddy when I'm around.
Oh, I fancy it's time we found a new unsuspecting trader around these parts, don't you?
I know
Stop! Think you can sneak away from under my own eyes?
you're no match for me.
Expulso!
Reducto!
That's just the beginning.
Bombarda!
To your knees.
Coward.
Expulso!
He must be here somewhere. Bombarda!
Back here!
Accio! Expelliarmus! Bombarda!
Expulso!
A moon calf has more bite.
Leviosa! Accio!
Incendio!
I've seen moon calves put up more of a fight.
I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me. Hey.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Revelio. Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. If Natty couldn't summon Mr. Rabe's wand from her cell, it must be blocked by something. Mr. Rabe's wand! He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
I raided Rockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Revenue.
I could swear there's something.
Revenue.
Oh, you're there. I hear you. Whoever you are. Oh. Expulsor. Let me see you. Expulsor. Defender. Nightbot, look up. Expulsor. Done. How this army? What the hell was that? Expulsor! Bombarder! You'll need expulsor! Quite conductive, aren't we? Incendio! I quit now. What is Leviosa! I refuse to be treated in this manner!
The fog blighted us a bit.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
I take what I want.
Hey! You better be... Someone's here. I sense it.
Better not be anyone there. I'm in no mood for killing.
The girl's friend won't come looking for her. Too dangerous.
Petrificus totalis.
Wasting our time.
This has become personal.
Bombarder. Accio. Expulsor. Bombarder. Accio. Expulsor. What are you? Leviosa.
Leviosa! Bombarda! Accio!
You'll feel that tomorrow. You love
Confringo!
Reducto!
Bombarda! Leviosa!
Reducto! Excigo! Yeah!
I know I'm not hearing.
If I likes it.
What's this?
Accio! Accio! Leviosa! Bombarda! Confringo! Incendio! Leviosa! Bombarda! Confringo!
Expulsion!
Serves them right.
Miss for payment with me, and I'll make you pay through the nose.
It's Totalis.
They don't seem to care for me in the Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them what they're all like down there.
Past my eyes.
Something not right here. I wouldn't go back to Pit upon Ford if they was giving out galleons.
Something's not right here.
Expulsion! There'll be more of that. Quite conductive, aren't we?
Bombarda! Accio! Expelliarmus!
Look up!
Bombarda!
Expulsion!
Leviosa!
Flash!
Who's the right? Potato! Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Leviosa! Accio!
Well, you'll have to do better than that.
Accio!
Death from above!
Descendo!
Expulsion!
What are your thoughts on electricity?
Expulsion!
Arresto Milano! Protego! Arresto momentum. Arresto momentum. Bombarda.
Expulsion!
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this is. I've had enough of self-control. Never have to see it again.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
I remember my father speaking these times. Seems now they're upon me, they tell quite a different story.
I've used unforgivable curses on occasion. Fortunately, I'm not looking to be forgiven.
Oh, you're wasting your time with her, my friend. I've seen her show more affection to a hawk.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles. I could use some fire whiskey right now. How did I get mixed up in this? Doing Rookwood's work for him?
One wonders if one's life is indeed carved out by destiny, or merely the spawn of ill choices made along the way.
What are we even doing here? We ought to be at the Hog's Head. This is a waste of our time.
Revelio.
I met with the Hogsmeade later. Still at some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
Arresto momentum.
You will pay for your deeds.
Levioso! Descendo! Bombarda! Arresto momentum. Levioso! Descendo! Bombarda! Incendio!
Wear your guts for garters? What a silly threat.